1919, when Prohibition was enacted, there were a lot of things that were lost, primarily to me. The culture of beer and the recipes. There was a lot of knowledge that really was lost and never came back. A lot of history. With Batch 19, we've tried to recreate that history and those historic feelings you get when you taste a beer that would have been brewed very similarly to what they had back then. The beers that were brewed up until 1919 had a lot of flavor, a lot of hop character, and just a lot of fullness. They were very, very, very bold. The logbooks and the brewing recipes were kept with the general archives. Although important, I don't think they were considered critical. So they've moved locations over the years. They were located in the malt house for a number of years, and in fact my father-in-law was a vice president at Coors, and he actually authorized the move of the archives in the 1960s to the basement of the brewery, which is where I found them. And it's very, very old, very musty, almost creepy down in the archives of the basement. But that's where they were located, and they were underneath some other records. They date back prior to 1919 when Prohibition was established in the United States, but they are very authentic. The handwriting is exquisite, very clear to read. The first time I laid eyes on a logbook down in the archives of the brewery, it really was an amazing thing, because you see something that was an actual record written in hand by the brewers prior to 1919. It makes you want to recreate it immediately to see what all the excitement was about. So it's really a pity that Prohibition put an end to it in 1919, because when we did recreate that beer, it was fantastic. And the recipe results in a beer that's very robust, full of character, and I think just all around delicious and in profile. We use 5 different hops. The 2 that are really unique are Hersbrucker, which has this very nice herbal, grassy note to it. It's very, very pleasant. And the second hop is French Strisselspalt. This is another unique hop, similar to Hersbrucker, with hints of black currant. It's very nice, and together I think that they give this really nice, round hop character to the beer that really makes it robust and full of flavor. I'm not aware of any other brewers in the U.S. that use the combination of Hersbrucker and Strisselspalt in the same beer. I would describe the color of Batch 19 as a deep golden color, very, very rich in color. It really reflects the malts that are used in it, and together the colors of those malts result in a very deep golden hue in the beer. I think it's very, very beautiful. Batch 19 is not pasteurized. It's cold filtered, cold conditioned, and we tried to stay true to what the brewers would have done at the turn of the century, that is prior to 1919. They wouldn't have pasteurized back then, and when we recreated it in that same way, we found that the beer really tasted great. It tasted fresh, and it was absolutely incredible. Batch 19 has 5.5% alcohol by volume. As far as bitterness, it has 26 BUs, which sounds like a lot, but it's well balanced in proportion to the malt that we use. The growler is a great way to enjoy Batch 19. Batch 19 will be available in a half-gallon growler glass on premise for people to really appreciate the full-bodied and full-flavored nature of Batch 19. I would say that Batch 19 definitely is a defiantly bold beer. Not just the look of it, that bold, rich, golden color, but the smell and the taste. And I think it's definitely for somebody who is defiant and bold.